Anyone can sell electronics. At Electronics Expo, they do more than sell products. They design, install, and support complete technology solutions. From home theaters and whole home audio to lighting, shades, automation, networking, security cameras, and premium entertainment systems. For over 22 years, they've helped thousands of homeowners experience technology at its very best. See the difference for yourself. Visit their Wayne or Paramus stores in New Jersey or shop now at electronicsexpo.com.
This is going to be an extremely busy month. I have to watch 104 soccer games, follow the pregame, the postgame, yell useless opinions at the TV. It's a lot. So I knew that when it comes to screening for colon cancer, the choice was clear. The Cologuard Plus test. It can be used at home and can only take 15 minutes, so I can do it during halftime and not miss any action. If you are 45 or older and at average risk, ask your healthcare provider about screening for colon cancer with the Cologuard test. You can also request a prescription at Cologuard.com.
The Dominic Carter Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network. Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
Well, we all know the story. Democrats were willing to look the other way, all in the name of retaking the Senate. Now, Maine Senate hopeful Graham Platner's campaign is on life support. Former girlfriend accuses him of rape. Quote, he was very drunk and wouldn't take no for an answer, stating that he broke into her home, allegedly, and raped her. 800-848-9222. For so many months, Democrats held their nose and pretended that his problems did not exist. The swastika tattoo, the allegations, the many different women, the deviant lifestyle. Democrats looked the other way up until now. The embarrassment, they can no longer do so. So he's done. There's no doubt about it. The only question is, when does it become official? Graham Platner is bleeding support after this rape allegation. Schumer, Kahana, Gillibrand, Maine Democrats, and more are calling on this embattled candidate to end his bid immediately. And it goes even further than that. Senate Democrats have pulled all funding from him. He is done. They thought that Susan Collins was vulnerable. Maybe she is, but it won't be Graham Platner taking her on. So I'm going to circle back to that in just 1 second. You know what's wrong with the country? Why we have young people acting a fool in South Carolina, New York City? Why we have 18-year-olds holding guns in their hands and shooting at New York City detectives? You want to know what's wrong with America? The TV show, for one, The View. It's poison on TV, done in the name of entertainment, but it's reckless and it's dangerous. What are you talking about, Dominic? Sonny Holston. Let me just say this, folks, when it comes to the American flag. Nothing warms my heart more than when I drive through a community and I see American flags. It says to me that people take pride in their community, the upkeep of their community, the upkeep of their country. It says to me patriotism. I want you to listen to what Sonny Holston, what she says, the American flag, when she's in a community and sees it, what it says to her.
And I said this on this show many, many years ago, because this is my 10th year on the show, and I said there are times when I walk into a community and I see American flags all over the community, and I suddenly feel unsafe because there is a section of this country that has co-opted the American flag, and they equate being an American or an American flag with white supremacy, and that should never be the symbol of white supremacy, but they have weaponized.
Because the flag belongs to all of us.
It does belong to all of us. But those men were wearing a plaque on their.
This lady should not have a platform on television. Do you know how dangerous that statement is she just made? Because you have a bunch of ignorant people that may be listening to me right now that will hear that and justify to them their behavior. 800-848-9222. So the story is out now, and the woman making the allegation of rape, she sat down as well with Jake Tapper of CNN. We're going to start with your telephone calls in just a moment, but here is part of their conversation.
Voting for.
This has obviously been very difficult for you to talk about for 5 years. Mm-hmm. And even when you're telling the story, you don't use the word.
Yeah.
So let me just be, and I apologize, let me be as direct as I can. Did Graham Platner rape you?
By definition, yes. Absolutely.
Because he had non-consensual sex with you.
Yeah.
Forced himself on you.
Mm-hmm.
Even after you had told him no and fought him off.
Yeah. He violated multiple layers of consent that night by coming into my home when I asked him not to, and by advancing on me when I told him not to, and furthermore, another incident that I had told him not to do. And
with protection.
Yeah. So, yeah. By the way that my nervous system reacted to this experience, absolutely.
And Democrats stood by this man this long until they no longer can. As far as his candidacy, politically speaking, he's a dead man walking. The money has dried up. He knows it. It wouldn't surprise me if he's not out of the race in about 9 or 10 hours in the morning. It's over. It's over for him. The question is, what happens next? We see your telephone calls, but I want you to hear the statement that Mr. Platner made. And, of course, in situations like this, candidates are holding on for dear life. They're holding on for any hope. I am telling you, folks, this one is over. This is the statement that he made.
I wanted to directly address the troubling, serious, and false allegations against me. Any accusation of non-consensual behavior is categorically false. Over the last 10 months, I have been deeply humbled by the faith Mainers have put in me. You have welcomed me into your homes, into your places of work, into your restaurants, into your houses of worship. You have shown that a different kind of politics, one that puts the interests of people over corporations, is not just possible, but is inevitable. This movement we have built, the largest volunteer base in the history of Maine politics, the hundreds of thousands of grassroots donors, and the supporters across the ideological spectrum, we were united in a love of Maine, a belief that our politics must change, and a focus on defeating Susan Collins. So, regardless of the inaccuracy of the reporting, but mindful of the political reality it will inflict, we are taking the time to reflect on the best path forward for the state that I love, the people that I love, the movement I belong to, and the goal of defeating Susan Collins. Those were the goals when we launched this campaign, and they remain my goals today. On June 9th, 154,058 Mainers, the most in primary history, voted to reject a broken politics beholden to Washington and the donor class. They voted for hope, for change, to take back our economy, to take back our power, and to take back our Senate seat. Throughout it all, you never turned your back on me, and I will not turn my back on you now. Every one of you deserves to see that vision come to fruition and see Susan Collins defeated, and we will use every tool at our disposal to do so. As Maine goes, so goes the nation. As always, thank you.
Well, Mr. Platner, for you, it's a wrap. The only question is, I can't pinpoint exactly what time you drop out of this race or suspend your campaign, but it is over. 800-848-9222. When Senate Democrats announce that they're immediately pulling all the money, it is a wrap. Let's go to line 3, Tim in Queens. Good morning, Tim. What's on your mind?
Hey, Dominic. Great to talk to you as always. With Graham Platner, I know it's silly and wishful thinking, but part of me kind of hopes he stays in the race to expose these Democrats for what they have become, the despicable party that they have become. Show them for what they are. And you know what? Even if he pulls out, they're still going to support people like what's her name, Avila Chevalier, and all these other disgusting people. So, they're just a joke, and they're just going to use this to cover their rear end. So let him stay in and expose them for what they are.
No, he politically speaking, Tim, I hear you, but that's wishful thinking. He's a dead man walking. It is over. It is over for his campaign. Thank you for the telephone call. Let's go to line 1, Ben in Brooklyn. Ben, what's on your mind?
Yeah, as I told your call screener, I said, Ben.
Yes. You don't have to tell me what you told the call screener. Just talk to me.
Okay. Was there a police report of this?
What does that have to do with anything?
Okay. For example, it proves that the incident has happened, not just somebody just saying.
First of all, Ben, a police report does not prove one thing or the other. You do realize by the mere fact of the words that you're uttering, this is why women don't come forward. You do understand that, right? You do understand that you're blaming the victim right now. You do understand that, right?
No, I do not.
Okay, so what's the point?
Somebody can say something.
Somebody should say something what now?
Yeah, no, as someone says something, is it factual? So, number one,
would you say that if it was your mother? Would you say that if it was your mother and he allegedly violated your mother? Would you say the same thing? Would you say it if it was your wife or your sister? Would you demand a police report then?
Okay, how about an examination of the vagina? So, people can say stuff. No, Dominic, hear me out.
Okay, so wait, no. I'm repulsed by what you're saying. How many women does it take for you to believe it? How many women?
Okay,
in his case,
Dominic,
no. I just want you to tell me. I'll let you have your say. I want you to tell me how many women will it take for you to say this dude has a serious problem? How many?
How many?
Yes, how many women will it take until you say this guy's got a serious problem?
That's a good question. I say he has a serious problem because he's a Democrat, and they're all their issues.
But yet the first thing out of your mouth, Ben, is you're asking if there's a police report. You do realize Ben, you do realize that many women don't ever report what happened to them. You do realize that, right?
Okay, some do. And so,
Ben, I'm not feeling this. I'm not feeling it. Thank you for the telephone call. I'm sorry. I'm not feeling it. We're not going to do that this hour. Blame the victims. That's not going to happen on this show. I'm not Mr. Platner's, untruthfulness in the report. I get it, folks. You may want to see a police report, yay or nay. But this happened, 5 years ago? The embarrassment for this woman to come forward, and the best you got is there a police report? It is time for a break. We are coming right back.
The Dominic Carter Show
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
33 days, 33 episodes, no off switch. From the goals and the glory to the politics and the problems of the World Cup. If you want soccer analysis from a podcast that's been over-analysing the game for more than 20 years, then this is it. Join me, Max Rushton, and our expert team of soccer journalists every day of the tournament. Can England end 60 years of hurt, or will this be another year of falling just short? Probably. World Cup Daily, listen wherever you get your podcasts, or watch full episodes on YouTube.
Whether it's a movie night or just midday, Skinny Pop is a salty snack that keeps on giving. Made with just 3 simple ingredients for an irresistibly delicious taste and a large serving size that lasts. Deliciously popped, perfectly salted. Skinny Pop, popular for a reason. Shop Skinny Pop now.
El martes 7 de julio, la espera termina. Operación Triunfo llega a Telemundo. Miles respondieron al llamado.
Este es mi destino.
Pero solo unos pocos llegarán a la Gala Cero.
Aquí todo el mundo está ready. Aquí hay nivel.
¿Quiénes serán los elegidos?
Me voy a ganar mi lugar en la Gala Cero.
Descúbrelo en el gran estreno de Operación Triunfo Estados Unidos. Martes 7 de julio por Telemundo y Peacock.
Suffering from dry, tired, irritated eyes? Don't let dry eyes win. Use Sustain Pro. It hydrates, restores, and protects dry eyes for up to 12 hours. Sustain Pro. Triple action dry eye relief.
Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
And folks, it is over in Maine, just not officially yet. An ex-girlfriend of Graham Platner alleging that the Maine Senate hopeful broke into her home and raped her almost 5 years ago. You will hear her words coming up at the bottom of the hour in just a few minutes. Let's go to Frank, line 1 in Maine. Good morning, Frank. What's on your mind?
Oh, good morning, Dominic. Always a pleasure. Dominic, I'm so glad you're covering this. The local news up here is not, or they're giving it a blurb. I'm hearing more about the U.S. team losing and it's Trump's fault than this woman's accusations against Platner. Like I said, I think that he would have been the biggest threat to everybody because he's a yes man. So I'm so glad you're covering it. This is why I love your show, all right? That's all I wanted to say. Have a good night.
Well, thank you, Frank. We appreciate the call. Let's go to line 4, Mark in Kentucky. Good morning, Mark. What's on your mind?
Hi, Dominic. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. What's going on?
Well, this guy, he should have been gone a long time ago, number one. Number two is this, the Democrats believe in sex, Mike Donnie. They believe in talking about you and race. And, I mean, Me Too movement. What about that? All of them are full of crap. Okay? All of it. If you don't vote Republican, then I feel sorry for you. This is a disgrace. Sorry,
hey,
Dominic.
Mark, it's okay. You do know, one, our regards to your wife. We hope she's well, the educator. Yes. But you do know that there are certain people in urban areas that they would rather die than ever vote Republican. You do understand that, right?
Here's Pam for a minute.
Oh, okay.
How are you, Mr. Dominic Carter?
How are you? So you're up. Aren't you supposed to be up in a few hours to teach?
No, we're out of school. I go.
Oh, that's right.
So,
that's right.
Yeah.
You see,
summer break.
You see, it goes to show. I don't know what. To be honest with you, I don't know what month it is. That's right. We're in July. We're in July. I think about you and Mark all the time, and to the audience, Mark doesn't hide the fact that he had a stroke. Basically lost everything. And the woman you're hearing right now, when they say there's a strong woman besides a man, I'm changing this saying. This is the example. You brought him back from his lowest of low to where he is now. And how does that make, while you're a mom and teaching, how does that make you feel?
Well, I think vows say it all, for better, for worse, richer, poor, sickness, and health. So we've been together. It'll be 40 years in November. So
wow, 40 years.
Yeah, exactly.
And Mark's voice is getting stronger and better, and he's almost completely back.
almost. At nighttime, it gets a little, I don't know, sometimes you can tell he's not as vocal as he is, during the day. But this Platner guy, I don't know, he had to call in tonight, so.
Right. As a woman, what's your take on the allegations?
Well, like Mark, he should have never been running to begin with all the people, all the ladies that have come forward before. Right. And then why the Democrats are sticking with him, it's just they want the power, they want the Senate, they want the House, and they're going to put in anybody they think they can, that can win.
I have a heartbreaking 8 seconds. Send my regards to Mark and regards to you. We're coming right back.
The Dominic Carter Show
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Jimmy Conrad here, your favorite former U.S. men's national team player, and I have something to put on your radar. The core short from Viore. Because after getting my first pair, I was hooked. They work for everything that I like doing. Soccer, tennis, hoops, mountain biking, hiking, lifting weights, swimming, Pilates. It truly is one short, every sport. And I'm going to be honest, they're unbelievably comfortable, which is why I wear them doing everything else like running errands, hanging with friends and family, or lounging around the house. They are designed to work for whatever your day throws at you. And that's because Viore is an investment in your happiness. For our listeners, they're offering 20% off your first purchase. So head to Viore.com/footy. That's VUORI.com/FOOTY. Exclusions apply. Visit the site for full details. So again, head over to Viore.com/footy and make it happen.
On July 16th, The Hawk lands on Netflix. From the mind of Will Ferrell.
Oh, mama, I'm back.
Comes a new original series.
Get ready. That's it. Did I stutter?
When an iconic pro golfer...
Lonnie, Honky!
...takes one last swing at greatness.
You were a big shot golfer.
I still am a big shot golfer.
No one...
Dad, I'm the Hawk now.
...will stand in his way.
Oh! That's how it's done.
The Hawk, only on Netflix, July 16th.
This episode is brought to you by San Pellegrino Ciao. A gift from Italy to your home. San Pellegrino Ciao is a flavored sparkling water made with real fruit juice, finished with a pinch of Sicilian salt for a perfectly balanced taste. So which flavor will you choose? Peach, lime, blood orange, cherry, or maybe the all-new limoncello? Crafted in Italy with 0 grams of added sugar. San Pellegrino Ciao. Buy it now.
Thanks, yours too.
What does RAV stand for anyway?
To me, it's the Remarkably Advanced Vehicle.
Really? To me, it's the Runway Approved Vehicle for its amazing style.
What about Remarkably Adaptable Vehicle because of its versatile cargo space?
Or Really Admired Vehicle?
Oh, or Really Awesome Vehicle.
It really is the Recreational Activity Vehicle. The stylish 2026 Toyota RAV4 Limited. What's your RAV4?
Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
And we will get back to the Graham Platner situation in Maine in a moment, accused of rape. Democrats are jumping ship. Finally, Senate Democrats from Gillibrand and Schumer pulling the money. It is a wrap. My guess is that he will drop out tomorrow, but certainly before the end of the week. It is over, and it should have been over a long time ago. But I want to change directions for a moment, and the number to reach me, 800-848-9222. So I want to bring Matt Blaze in on this conversation. Two comments here. One, Blaze, I want you to listen to Megyn Kelly on the wedding for the big star Taylor Swift and her NFL husband. Well, some said they were already married. And then I also want to talk about this allegation, because what I don't understand. Well, you know what? Before I get to Taylor Swift, let's do the harder part first. So, all of us that work together, I mean, I don't get it, man. No means no. Okay?
Yeah.
Maybe a woman lets you go to third base, and maybe you're rounding third to come home. But she changed her mind.
That's it.
No means no. What part don't some men understand with that?
I don't get it. Because I want to be with somebody who wants to be with me. So if they have no interest in me and they're not into it, then I'm not going to be into it. So I can't, for the life of me, understand how people do this. I don't get it because I guess they say it's a violent crime. Like, I'm not that much of an animal that I can't control myself. I don't understand it. I don't care if first of all, I've never been blackout drunk in my life. I've never, ever, even in my college days when I would drink all the time, I was never at a point where I don't remember what happened last night. I never woke up and went, oh my God, what did I do last night? Never happened to me. But I could never, ever do that to another person to where I'm making them feel uncomfortable, especially in that way. So once they say no matter what it is that's gone on before that, that's it. It is over. Like you said, no means no, period, full stop.
Keep your hands to yourself.
That's it.
Well, okay, so Taylor Swift and her wedding. I want you to listen to Megyn Kelly as only Megyn Kelly can. Your reaction on the flip side of this, and then we're going back to your calls, folks. 800-848-9222.
I mean, I may shock you, but I feel sorry for Taylor Swift. I really think she's empty inside. I think most people who seek fame at a very early age, like in their teens, are chasing after some sort of fullness that wasn't provided by their family of origin for whatever reason. And it never comes. It's a lifelong pursuit because fame and money, adoration from strangers does not fill that void. Only you, God, and your immediate loved ones can. Who has a 1,000-person wedding? Okay. And then, okay, maybe she does have that many friends and family. I don't know. You know, like if you're Italian, you got nonstop relatives. You could get to 1,000 pretty quickly, which she's not. And then we look at the guest list. Oprah? Really? Steven Spielberg? Those two are super close to Steven Spielberg? Bullshit. I don't believe that for 1 second. Bradley Cooper. Okay. The music stars I can accept. Like that makes some sense to me that she would be immersed in country music in particular and would know a lot of the big stars there. But Adam Sandler officiating? Okay. How did that come about? Oh, we're told by the papers that Travis and he were in Happy Gilmore 2 together. When was Happy Gilmore 2 made? 2025. 2025.
So that's Megyn Kelly. So, Matt Blaze, does she have, what does your shirt say there?
This is Lincoln Park.
Lincoln Park. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. And you got a thing with these Adidas jackets, right? You got to be different colors.
This is the one that I've been wearing mostly because it's like a windbreaker and it's wet outside. It's rainy.
Okay.
It's not too heavy.
Did you see your girl DMS? She posted a picture the other day. Two pictures
with the water bottle.
She looks great. Yeah, she looks great. She looks great. I hope she's not out there at almost 1 a.m. in the morning East Coast time.
Hope not.
You know? But, okay, so Megyn Kelly on Taylor Swift. Does she have a point there?
I don't agree with what you said about the first half about when you seek fame at an early age. I don't agree with that. Because I remember Taylor Swift when she first came on the scene. Mm-hmm. She was very talented, very, very humble.
She's always been talented.
And I think she's still humble to a certain extent. But then this, of course, us being New Yorkers, I got to be honest. And I do like Taylor Swift, but it just seemed very obnoxious to have your wedding at Madison Square Garden, where you're putting the whole city now has to change everything because of you. Why couldn't you just have it at a private venue somewhere? I'm not even saying go to another country like other people have done and rent out the castle.
So you're telling me, Matt Blaze, if you or I had this money, the same money that she has, we wouldn't do the same thing?
Not at Madison Square Garden. And then Megyn Kelly kind of had a problem with like the guest list. Like, you know what? She probably does have 1,000 people to invite. She's been on a lot of TV shows. She's probably done music, and just from connections and knowing different people. All right, so she invited, Adam Sandler or whoever, Steven Spielberg. Who cares? I don't care about that part. To me, though, to have something that's supposed to be so private at this giant venue of Madison Square Garden, it's like, why would you want to have your wedding there? And they say they transformed it into a dreamland and blah, blah, blah. And, but it's at the Garden. That's where, they play basketball and hockey and have wrestling matches. Why would you want... And again, it's the biggest arena in the world, the most, the squared circle, the whole thing, whatever they call it. But why would you want to have your wedding there if you're not going to do something in public and you want it private so that everybody had to sign NDAs? All right, I get that. I understand. They don't want pictures taken. Leave your phone. All right, I can kind of get on board with that. But it's so public and everybody knows, and even if they got married before, then why would you have it at the Garden? Obviously just to put on a public display. There's no other reason.
Right.
I half agree with Megan Kelly.
I hear you. Okay, fair enough. I want to get back in a moment to the telephone calls, but you heard Matt up top, because I have a hard time understanding situations like the allegation in Maine. I don't get it. No means no. Keep your darn hands to yourself. And I'm serious. A woman may have let you get past third base. But now the coach is telling you, stop, but before you get thrown out at the plate. Okay? The woman says no at any point. It means no. This is the woman in this case telling her story to Jake Tapper of CNN.
And we should note, this is 2021 we're talking about. It's only 5 years ago. Tell me about that. When was it?
It was at the end of 2021. I remember it being shortly after I moved back into my winter home, because that is where it happened. And it was a night where him and I were texting back and forth, and he had taken something that I said as an invitation, and that's not how I meant it, and I quickly clarified. And he sent a message back indicating that he would come over, and I said, no, don't come over. I'm not in the mood, don't come over. And I was more stern with that message. And then I didn't hear back from him, so I thought that meant he got the message or gave up on it or whatnot. And so half an hour later, I heard a noise outside my door, and then he came in. He just came into my house. It was unlocked. I live in an area where you don't usually have to lock your doors. I do now. So he came in, and I realized, okay, he didn't listen. He's in my home. And I was laying on the couch. It was probably pretty late at night, and I was already ready for bed. I just wasn't in bed. And so he had kind of jumped on top of me and indicated that he had intentions that were sexual in nature. And I remember just at first being like, hey, I'm not into this. I'm not in the mood. Don't, whatever. And it got to the point where I was like, okay, I feel like I've said this enough times. He's not listening to me or he's not hearing me. And I looked at him, and I remember this very specific look in his eyes, and I could smell alcohol, and I was like, this is different. He is heavily intoxicated. And that blank stare was kind of like a photographic memory that I still have of that night. And his that was me recognizing what the situation was, and this wasn't just oh, hey, somebody showed up and I'm going to tell him to go home. He was heavily intoxicated, had intentions with me, and wasn't listening when I said no. And
you were saying no, don't, over and over.
I remember, obviously I've had to recall a lot of this. This is something that I tried for many years to forget. And so small details, might get past me, but yes, I remember very specifically saying, I'm not into this. In my message previously, I had told him I had had an old back injury, and I remember saying, I'm not into this. I've had a long day. My back hurts. I was in that kind of mood, the leave me alone mood. And there was a little bit of, scuffle, altercation. the house that I live in has like this antique sewing kit that I kept beside the couch, and that got knocked over. He like backed into it, or something was maybe pushed into it by me, or something happened in that moment, and that thing got spilled. And
do you remember pushing him away?
I remember potentially pushing away with my legs.
And so that's the victim here in this case discussing what happened almost 5 years ago. And remember, so President Trump has been called a Nazi, unfortunately. America's greatest president ever, but Democrats trying to reduce him to that level. I want you to listen to, before I get back to some of the telephone calls, some of the past comments President Trump himself has made about this soon-to-be former Senate candidate, Graham Platner.
I never heard these people say, we will raise your taxes. This country has gotten very strange politically, especially with all the communists that are up for election. You know, you have communists. These aren't socialists. These are communists. And they're all up. How about the guy in Maine? He's got the Nazi stickers. He's got the whole deal, and they're trying to say so for 8 years, 10 years, they said Trump is a Nazi. Now they can't say that anymore because they have a guy with a tattoo on his chest. It's unbelievable. But they voted against no tax on Social Security. They voted against no tax on tips. They voted against no tax on overtime. And if they got into office, you will have all of those taxes and all of that money that you're saving, including the big savings on Social Security. It's going to all be terminated. You're going to have to start paying it. They want to pay it. I don't know what's wrong with these people.
So let's go to some of your telephone calls here. Let's go to Bob, line 3 in Manhattan. Bob, what's on your mind?
Hey, Dominic, how are you? I'm listening to the recording of the woman who protested about what Platner did. Platner should be in jail. I'm very curious, though. I've had women in my family that had some sexual molestation problems. When Andrew Cuomo was running for governor, 13 women claimed that he molested them. Why didn't we hear any recordings from those women on your show, trying to look at this objectively?
First of all, any statements that the women made, I played because I feel that I have an obligation to put out both sides. Bob, you don't listen to the show every night, so how can you make an assumption like that?
Yes, I do. Man,
okay, so Bob, so let me be more blunt. Let me be more blunt then. You don't know what you're talking about. You are speculating. You have no idea what you're talking about. You don't know what I've played and what I haven't played.
Cuomo. Hold on.
Excuse me.
Endorsed Cuomo.
Listen, nut job. Listen. You don't like Cuomo. Cuomo is gone. He's not. Cuomo is not.
I'm not the only one.
Okay. Why do you want to waste my time engaging in a conversation? Okay, you know what, Bob? I'll shut up and let you talk since you think what you're saying is so very important. Okay. Go ahead.
Where are your ethics and values when it comes to Cuomo? Who, by the way, I think was fired from your radio station when he was running for governor.
You don't know what... Introduce him to Mr. Click. You don't know what you're talking about. Fired? What are you talking about? Where do some of these nuts get these thoughts from? We got one nut that the producers have told him from the top of the show that he's not going to get on, and he's calling every 5 seconds. They told you you're not going to get on. What part of English don't you understand? Then we have the next nut that wants to go off on Cuomo. We've got much bigger fish to fry than Andrew Cuomo. We've got much bigger problems than Andrew Cuomo. Give it a rest. And I covered the story of all of the women and the allegations against Cuomo. I said on the air that it was not right to subpoena their GYN records. You have no idea what you're talking about. We are coming right back.
The Dominic Carter Show
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Queen Carvania stood haloed by the morning sun An army hung on her every word.
My champions, I have sold my chariot on Carvana. 'Twas a lovely SUV, an inexplicably queenly offer. They're even coming to the castle to collect it. Tonight, we feast. An offer you can feast on. Sell your car today on Carvana. Pickup fees may apply.
Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
So I'm looking at my Twitter and my ex. Your girl DMX, Mr. Blaze, says the last call Bob is a Mr. 7% mole. So, yeah, you know what? I just want to say this, Blaze, to the audience. Folks.
Yeah.
Okay, so understand something. While the show is ongoing, I can see everything that's happening. I see how many times you call. I see the telephone number you call from. I see your location. I see your comment. All of this stuff is logged. And the amount of times that you call, we see. So, soap opera of the radio. One way to guarantee that you won't get on and it's a red flag to us that you're a nut, if you keep calling back to back to back to back. That's the first red flag, to guarantee that you won't get on. I assure you. Because while I'm doing the show, I'm looking at you call every 2 to 3 minutes. And so you can say to the screeners, to the producers, that you know me. You can say that you spoke to me last night. All we see is nut job. You might as well have the name nut job. At line 3, nut job. Do not take, Dominic. Okay? That's all you do. So one person, and I've come up with a rule. I'm not going to give nut jobs what they want, the satisfaction. I'm not going to say their names. But one person has called about 40 times within the course of this hour. 40. Let's go back to your telephone calls. Let's go to Michael, line 1 on the east side. Michael, haven't heard from you in a while. What's going on?
Hey, Dominic, couple of quick thoughts. Number one, this opera that took place in this wedding that took place in Madison Square Garden. The reason why she has so many of these stars that she doesn't even know, she is going to make a video out of this and sell the heck out of it.
Okay, what are the other points you want to make?
The other point is, and I'm not sure, it might have been stated, but I don't know that I heard it. Mandami goes down to Katz's Jewish Deli with 3 Palestinian protesters.
Right, this is the second time I'm hearing the story, Michael. This is the second time I'm hearing the story, and there's no truth to this that I know of. It's the second time I've heard this story. Now, where are you getting it from?
I got it on my internet as a news report. I don't remember which source it was, but it's
right. Yeah,
it's
if I were you, I wouldn't pay attention to that at all. And Michael, I got to move on because the program is almost over. Thank you for the call. So it points, folks, what Michael just described. Be careful what you read and pay attention to on the internet. Because it's on the internet, it doesn't make it true. So we are watching to see at what point does Graham Platner drop out of the Maine Senate race. It is over. Senate Democrats are pulling the money. It's a wrap. He's done. Put a fork in him. I am back at 3 p.m. Eastern.
Thanks for listening to The Dominic Carter Show. You can hear The Dominic Carter Show weekdays at 3 p.m. and Monday through Thursday at midnight and Sunday starting at 11 p.m. on 77 WABC. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends and listen anytime at WABCRadio.com and download the WABC Radio app. Hit that subscribe button on all major podcast platforms. Plus, follow WABC on social on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. See you next time for a new episode, so you never have to wonder.
What the heck is going on here?
Hey, it's Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. Now, I was looking for fun ways to tell you that Mint's offer of unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month is back. So I thought it would be fun if we made $15 bills. But it turns out that's very illegal. So there goes my big idea for the commercial. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan required. $15 per month equivalent. Taxes and fees extra. Initial plan term only. Greater than 50 gigabytes may slow when network is busy. See terms.